Hello everyone, and welcome to this video on how you can manage a digital classroom really easily with Faronics Insight. As a teacher, you want to make sure that your students are spending their lesson time doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. You don't want them messing around on unproductive activities, and you don't want to waste any of your precious time stopping that kind of behavior. Faronics Insight completely solves that problem for you. So firstly, as a teacher, I'm able to see at a glance what is on all my students' screens. So I've got 3 students here and I can see whatever they're doing. So I immediately know if they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. I can also, with one click, remote into a student's screen and control what they're doing. So I can just select this screen here and hit remote. And I'm going to establish immediately a remote session with that student, and I can talk to them in that remote session if I want, control their screen and help them. So as a teacher, I can be completely certain that my students are not wasting their time. I'm going to know immediately if they are. And then alongside that functionality, there's a whole array of tools that is going to help me teach really effective lessons. So under the share menu, I can just immediately share my screen with a student. So if there's something I want to show the class or show one student, I can just hit that button and I'm immediately sharing my screen. I can also share a student screen with the rest of the class. And I can also really easily transfer files to students, open files on student computers, and get files from students. I can send messages to selected students, so I can open a chat and just immediately talk to my students. I can launch web pages and applications on the student device. That's immediately launched that web page on that student computer. And I can talk to the student. So that's just going to open up a chat where we can speak to each other verbally and we can hear what we're saying. So if you can see your students doing something maybe that they shouldn't, or if you can see that they need a bit of help, then you can just immediately click on that and talk to them and help them out. Faronics Insight includes a really powerful assessment module. So there are 2 different ways of doing it. You've got the poll feature, which is really a quick, short, maybe to start a lesson, you just want to ask a quick question, get people thinking, start people talking about the topic that you're introducing. To do that, you can just run a poll. So I've selected those 3 students and I'm just going to create a poll. So I enter my question, the options available, and I can see the students answer in real time. When everyone's voted, I hit end vote and I display the result of the poll to my students. A more formal way of assessing is with the test module. So I can create my own test with multiple choice questions, essay questions, true or false questions, or fill in the blanks questions, and I can weight each test with percentage that I want to assign to each answer. But I'm going to launch a test that I've already created here. I can save as many as I like. These are the options I have around how the test works, and I'm going to see in real time the students answering, skipping to the end where they've answered it all. I can export the results. I can see exactly what question everyone's got right or wrong. In Faronics Insight, I can create settings that I can easily apply with one click. So here under this drop down, I can switch from one set of settings to another as I want to change the available options that students have while they're working. So if I create these new settings, I can go through each setting in turn, and you can carefully customize this to what you want your students to be able to do or not do. So the share screen option, do you want that to be full screen or not? Chat, do you want to disable all chat or maybe inter-student chat, or disable student replies so you're creating a one-way chat only? Lock screen, you can display a message on the lock screen, you can display an image on the lock screen. Banned word alert, if you want to be notified if a student types a certain word. and you can get a screenshot when a student types in that banned word if you want. File transfer location, where do you want your path for the transfer for Windows or for Mac? Thumbnails, do you want to enable thumbnail and how often do you want them to be refreshed? Student info, do you want your students to give you like their name when they start the class? Applications, you can block applications if you want. You can block all applications or permit specific applications or block specific applications, which you can list out. Web filtering, you can prohibit all websites or permit certain websites or prohibit certain websites. And drives, if you want to disable USB drives and or CD-ROM DVD drives, you can. So having gone through that and checked everything's as I wish, I'm saving those settings and then that's in my menu. So whenever I want to toggle from one settings to another, it's just one click. Maybe if I want to allow my students to go and research something and then come back with the restrictions, it's just easy to go from one to the other. So thank you very much for watching the video on Faronics Insight, and if you'd like to find out more, please check out faronics.com/insight. Thank you very much. Bye bye.